Hello doll fans and welcome back to Beauty Inside a Box. Today on my channel we're going to do something we don't normally do, which is talk about Monster High. I don't often make videos about Monster High. I was never a massive fan when Monster High originally came out. I had like 6 Monster High dolls, which may sound like a lot to some people, but for my collection that's not a lot. I had like 6 Monster High dolls, but I never like really got into them. Until recently actually, like I'm starting to really appreciate the original dolls. And you may or may not know, but the new series of Monster High dolls, which have been called G3, Generation 3, have recently been coming out, and lots of American doll YouTubers have been making unboxing videos. Unfortunately, they are still not available in the UK, which is really frustrating. Mattel dolls seem to take like a really long time to come out in the UK. MGA is much better at bringing them out quickly in the UK. It's very frustrating. Sometimes they don't come out at all. We never got the reproduction Monster High dolls in the UK. I'm still hoping one day we'll get them, but for some reason they've just never come here. Really frustrating. Today we are going to talk about some new Monster High dolls, but before that, I came across this fantastic Instagram account called Artastic_me. Their Instagram account is fantastic. They are an Irish doll collector, and on his account he has done a series of edits which are his take on the new G3 dolls. And I thought this was quite interesting because a lot of his edits I actually agree with. I feel like this is how G3 should have looked. Now, the fan response to G3 has been, I think, pretty positive. There are some naysayers that the dolls aren't perfect. They aren't exactly what the fans were wanting, but it could be worse. It's not as bad as G2, basically. But, yet again, they've gone for a more kind of childlike, young, like youthful, sanitized look for the dolls, which is my main issue with them. I think one of the things that made Monster High originally so unique and so beloved was that they were so kind of gothic and kind of creepy and very alternative. You know, there was nothing like Monster High on the market when they originally came out. And now pretty much every doll line looks quite uniform, quite similar, especially what's coming out of Mattel. They definitely aim for a younger audience. Luckily for the original Monster High fans, there is a line of collector dolls. They seem to only ever come out on MattelCreations.com, which is really annoying. Mattel, why? But anyway, I thought we would go through Artastic_me's images and kind of talk about them and see how much we agree, and see if this is how the dolls should have looked, in our opinion. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, first of all, Frankie. They've only edited like the headshot, so we just get kind of a look at their facial screening and maybe a little bit of their clothing. I definitely agree with Artastic_me. I think their edit of Frankie looks so much better. One of the main issues I have with the new G3 dolls is the colours are just like, they're very preschool. It's very bright, primary colours, and I like colours. I like bright colours. Although, maybe not on a Monster High doll line. I would prefer more gothic, dark colours, with just like splashes of colour here and there. So obviously, one of the first things they've done is edited out the streak of blue in their hair, and turned most of their accessories silver. I really like this. I do not like the brightly coloured, like Claire's accessories looking accessories. I much prefer the silver accessories. I don't mind the blue streak in Frankie's hair, although I would prefer if the blue streak was a darker blue, maybe like a navy blue. Artastic_me has made their lips slightly fuller. Obviously, after all the backlash brats got in the early noughties for giving their dolls like big pouty lips, I understand why Mattel would want to make their lips more kind of realistic sized. But, you know, I love the big dramatic lips. I think it's cool. Anyway, they've also edited out a lot of the colours on the clothing and changed them to like bright yellows. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I maybe would have made them, again, like navy blues and darker blues. But still, I think overall, I definitely prefer the edit. What do you guys think? Next up we have Laguna Blue, or as she should now be called, Laguna Pink, because they've obviously changed her skin to be pink for this doll now, and in Artastic Me's edit they've changed it back to blue. And I definitely prefer the blue skin, although I don't hate the pink skin. I think it's fine. I think the pink skin is fine. It does kind of give like tropical fish vibes, which I guess is kind of the point. Anyway, Artastic Me hasn't changed the clothing that much on this doll. I would have changed the clothing. I would have changed the jumper so that you see the net material on the sleeves. I would have made the net material go the whole way across, and then maybe she's got like a cool t-shirt on underneath that you can see through the net. And again, I maybe would have made the colours like slightly more muted. But other than that, I think this edit is really nice. Okay, next up we have Draculaura. And wow, I do really like the edit. I mean, on all the edits, Artastic Me has made their makeup much more kind of dark and striking, which I really appreciate. I love the darker lips. I love the pink heart. I love the fact that she just looks a lot more edgy, which I think was always something that was so beloved about this doll line, was that they were quite edgy. But anyway, I actually really like Draculaura's outfit for this doll, so I'm glad they kept it like relatively the same. And I don't mind the two-tone hair. I don't mind it. Artastic Me has obviously gotten rid of it for their edit. I do like all the black hair, but the two-tone hair is quite cool as well. So I don't know, that one's stumped me. The one problem I do have with Draculaura is I don't mind that she's now been made shorter and with a more curvy figure, but I find it weird that she's the only one, from what I can see, that has a different body type. Like, they've all got the same body type, and then Draculaura is the only one with a different body type. Okay, next up we have Cleo, and again, the edit has made her so much more striking, which I love. Quite a lot of the blue accents have been taken away and replaced with gold, which I also really like. I definitely like the fact that they've changed the blue on the necklace and the kind of harness belt thing. They've changed that to gold, which I really like. I would have kept the little gold part here on their lip. I think that's really cool. I think I do probably prefer the edit more. Okay, here is Clawdeen. Absolutely, I prefer the edit. Like, they've made the hair color darker, which I really like. They've made the eyes more piercing. I just much prefer the edit. They got rid of her freckles, which I think is maybe a little bit of a shame. I like freckles, they're quite cute. And I actually quite liked the fact that they had a kind of little wolf nose. I would have kept that. They've changed the little baby hairs as well to make them look a little bit more kind of Halloween-y, if that makes sense. And I like that. I maybe would have changed the outfit a little bit more, again, made it a little bit more edgy. Okay, next up we have Ghoulia, and again, I much prefer the edit. I'm really glad they changed the jacket to red. I think that's so much more striking and just cooler. I think the skin color looks better. I think the red lips look better. I think the eyes look better. I think everything about this one looks better. I'm glad they changed her glasses to like a greeny silver or something instead of pink. She looks so much better. Okay, Deuce Gorgon. I actually think I prefer the G3 doll as it is. I prefer the colours on the clothing, definitely, for the original. And if I were to do anything with Deuce Gorgon, I would have painted his snakes. Because in the original doll from G1, his snakes have like a kind of ombre effect. They've painted on some of the details. That's the main thing I would have changed personally. But I have to say, with the edit, the piercing eyes, the darker eyebrows, love that. By the way, my nail varnish today glows in the dark. So, we have spoken about how I think the Monster High dolls should have looked, the new G3 ones, with a lot of help from Artastic Me. Their edits really helped me like visualize for you guys and show you what I would have wanted the dolls to look like. Let me know if you agree in the comments, and also please don't forget to go and check out Artastic Me on Instagram. But anyway, let's also talk about some of the other new dolls which are coming out, because I feel like so far this video has been quite negative, but there is actually a new line of Monster High dolls which I am really excited for, which is this line here with these kind of coffin, wardrobe, closet set things, and the dolls are stunning. I don't really care for the cupboard that much, I just feel like that's going to take up a lot of room. But the dolls themselves, I think, are really good, and we're going to talk about them. So the first one I have here is Cleo. Cleo! Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I love these big ostentatious sleeves. I love the metallic. I love her hair and her face. I really love this doll, and I will definitely be buying her. Also, these dolls come with like a whole bunch of different clothing. I'm only showing you one outfit here, but if you go on Instagram, you can see all the different clothes that they come with. Next up, we have this Laguna Blue doll. I quite like this one. I like the little jacket with the fins going down the side. Not a fan of the hat. And the shoes are really cool as well. I do quite like this one. Here we have Draculaura, and I do really like this, I can't lie. I really like this doll. Again, big puffy sleeves, love it. They've got nice long hair as well, all these dolls, which is great. And next up we have Frankie. I have to say, I think Frankie is probably one of my least favourites. I really hate her hat. I think it's so hideous. Some of the colours are a bit too bright for me. I wish they'd stop using so much yellow for Frankie. The shoes are kind of cool. They look like wellies. I don't know. And this one is definitely my least favourite. This is Clawdeen. This is just a no. I like the jacket. I'll say that. I like the jacket. It's kind of like a pleather, purple pleather colour with like fluff going around the sides. That's cute. I like that. The biker shorts, I just don't like the pattern. If they were just black, I think I'd like them. The shoes, no. And the bucket hat, also, I think a no for me. This one's my least favourite. Okay, next up we have a set with Frankie and Deuce is like working as a barista. I really like this set. I think this is really cute. I mean, this Monster High line is some of the best quality for a Playline doll I think we're getting at the moment from Mattel. Mattel has upped their game for these dolls. I like the Frankie. Not a massive fan of her side parting though. I like her jacket. I like the boots. I like that it kind of shows off her prosthetic limb. I think that's really cool. I think the doll I'm most excited to talk about today though is definitely the Holiday Draculaura, and they've used the old body sculpt for this doll, and stunning. I will absolutely be buying this, absolutely. I feel like the Holiday influence is quite subtle, but I don't mind it. She's got like a tiara, which looks like a snowflake. She's got balls on her earrings. Other than that, it's probably more kind of like Halloween-y. It's like a kind of Nightmare Before Christmas doll, and I live for it. And we got another Scholector edition doll. This one's meant to be Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. I really like this. I really like this. So there we have it, doll fans. I spoke about what I thought the G3 dolls should have looked like, and I also spoke about some more new Monster High dolls. Please let me know what you think of these dolls in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts and feelings. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and check me out on Instagram and TikTok, and I will see you real soon, doll fans. Have a happy Halloween as well. Forgot about that. Bye.